HyperX Quadcast. Okay, right. Now. HyperX Quadcast. Okay, right. Had the chat working earlier, now it's not working. Oh yeah, it is. The chat works, but it's not quite. Hold on. I'm going to have to mess with the chat a little bit. I think I can do it while streaming. Let's find out. Let me have a look at what it looks like on live. Can you see the chat? Can you guys see the chat? Yeah, you can, but it's in a terrible position. I'm going to put it there. There. Needs to be bigger. I'm good. Sorry, I'm just fiddling around with the chat. I hope I can do this whilst live. I'll respond to your comments very shortly. Very shortly. Size. Am I on Twitch? No, I'm not on Twitch. I'm just fiddling with the chat. Let me have a look. How are you today, Chris from Malaysia? I'm good, thank you. I'm hot. Chris is early, though. I thought I still had time for my breakfast. Yeah, I'm doing a slightly earlier stream. I'm just looking at the chat to see... Oh, the chat's now disappeared. I've now... there we go. Is that the IAIS? Yeah, it is. Is that Harry? Yeah, it is the Institute of Arab and Islamic Studies. But there we go. And change Google to dark mode. Good idea. If I put up an incognito tab, that'll fix it. But how do I change Google to dark mode? What's changed this to appearance? Only 24 likes. Come on, guys. There we go. We back. What is the chat stopped working? No. Iran Contra points. Yes. Right, sorry, there we go. Right, everything's under order, under control now. Fiddling with the chat. And also, I think it should show super chats. Oh, there's a super chat feature, so your super chat should show at some point, I think. We'll see how that's working out. I'm just currently... I'm playing my stream so I can see what's happening. I'm proud to say I've never liked ContraPoints. Yeah, I mean, I've never liked ContraPoints. I have never seen ContraPoints, so I just have known her through this. Only 24 likes. She's called ContraPoints because she'd be on the side of the Contra. That chat is now too far over that way. There we go. That's probably where we want it. Such a wise man struggling with this. So funny. I'm struggling with everything. I'm working. I'm working on this. I'm a young man. I'm a young businessman, and I'm running my own small business. And yeah. I run my own small business. So what can I say? I don't understand what piling on someone accomplishes. What do you mean piling on ContraPoints? I mean, I don't understand what not talking about Palestine and then releasing utter slop accomplishes. I wouldn't say it's piling on, but I'm not sure if now you're talking about Ethan, because if you're talking about Ethan, I honestly, I don't care. Like, I don't think people are piling on Ethan. I think Ethan should be called out for what he says and does and his behavior on the internet. That's why we're going to talk about something very shortly. But yeah, self-employed king. I'm a business owner. A small businessman. and with unpaid mods. How no one is ever getting paid here. I haven't worked in years. Does the chat look okay? It's kind of crazy, haven't it? Like seeing it, you know. Maybe I should make it a little bigger. I think. What do you guys think? I don't know. I feel like that's anti-Semitic. I don't know. Do not cross the picket line. Mods should be unpaid. Glad to see the stash is gone. Thank you. I think they can be used to make educational content from drama. So you personally don't mind using people like Ethan? I mean, yeah. Also, Ethan is just. It's also just like, look, you look at YouTube. YouTube is a platform where this kind of stuff does well. Unfortunately, maybe some lines on the screen. Yeah, bro, that's not happening, I'm afraid. I don't know how to do that. Line height. What does line height even do? See, because the thing is it looks really big. It'll refresh the chat very well. The dark text is hard to see on the dark background. Yeah, I've kind of realised that now. How do I don't know how to change the colour. So now you're asking me, Chris, switch back to light mode. There we go. I've switched back to light mode. I'm on incognito. Right. You could make chat box less tall. Good point. You know what? I'm gonna leave the chat as it is. As is. I'm gonna leave it as it is. We have the chat. Be grateful for what you've got, because don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They've paved paradise and put up a parking lot. She's being unfairly targeted because she's trans. Yeah, I know. I think that it's not. She's not being targeted on the basis of being trans. I don't care that she's trans. I care much more of her behavior. As a graphics designer, this hurts me. Bro, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I mean, you could make the box less tall. Oh, God. Oh, I'm sweating. I'm suffering. I'm suffering. Right, I won't talk about Ethan too much. Obviously, I posted my video yesterday. Bad Empanada posted his. Bad Empanadas is very good. There's a great conspiracy. He's mentioned before that he's puppeteering it all, Mr. Empanada. And he's right. I told you, him and Qatar pay my salary. So, here's Ethan.
There's someone else special out there that thinks that they're safe and sound. Bad Empanada, you're not. I promise you I'd find you. And, a promise is a promise.
All right.
Right? You go, if someone's in Argentina, just because someone's in Argentina, they can't say and do whatever they want. That seems crazy, right? Yeah, that's not exactly true. Well, maybe he flees to Australia. Well, that's even better. Maybe he's scared and he's, I don't know where he might be right now, but I'm sure there's ways to find out. And it really is just a matter of where he is and the applicable laws and, hiring.
This guy is crazy. Like, just straight up, this is what a crash out looks like. This is 100% what a crash out looks like. He is having some form of, I don't even know what the correct terms are to describe this. Like, this guy is going crazy with it. Absolutely crazy. The way he talks about things, his self-entitlement. He said he was the legend not long ago. I may put on just a dark background, seeing as you guys want that. And I might put it over the other side. I don't know. I haven't quite decided. Get worse when he's really mad. Yeah, you can tell. And this is the funny thing. People say that he's on drugs. I don't think he's on drugs. I think he's surrounded by a bunch of sycophants, I think is the truth. Like, I don't know if any of you know who Paige Christie is. She makes probably some of the best videos about Ethan Klein. But, they're not the ones that... they're not the ones that we tend to see the most of. but like she just has like long form videos about Ethan, the things he's done, and it's kind of just insane, like the things he's done.
Bring a private investigator, a local private investigator, to find out where he is, and finding local representation, reaching out to advocacy groups. And
I like, one of the funny things is Ethan has, like, in one of his streams, he mentioned that he was harassed by someone who was like a right-wing extremist who was like targeting him for being a Jewish content creator. And that kind of harassment, you know, it's awful. It's an awful thing. Like, just attacking someone on the basis of their identity is god awful. But the thing is that the way he's like behaving right now is just unbelievable. Like, he acts as if people hate him for no reason other than him being Jewish or because the left is crazy. But even today he was posting at Hassan Minaj, like, because he had Hassan on, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, Ethan, like, you're off the boil. Here it is. How cool! Hassan Minaj doing another mainstream personality doing zero due diligence to ensure they are not endorsing literal Hamas terrorist mouthpieces. So cool. Ethan, you had Ahmed Fuad al-Khatib on recently. You endorsed the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation story. You just like uncritically posted it on your story. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is responsible already for the killing of at least I've changed the chat a bit. Hold on. Oh, for fuck's sake, I've accidentally started Sony Vegas. Fuck's sake. Hold on. Ugh. I don't know how I've done this so much. I'm going to move Sony Vegas here because I am doing this, like, I've done this over and over again. Sorry about that. Right. Oh shit, I need to save the chat. That's why it's not working. Yeah. Sorry, let me catch up with this. Yeah, I think that looks better. But, no, it's just crazy. Like, this is just crazy. Like, the way that Ethan is, the way he behaves. I just need to move this down a bit and put it, like, here. The way that Ethan behaves is just, like, truly unbelievable. Like, how he just calls Hassan a terrorist mouthpiece and all of these things. It's just fucking crazy. Over 700 killed and 5,000 injured. Yeah, and there was a video released today of just, like, some fucking Americans just shooting at a Palestinian with, like, some form of, like, crowd control weapon. It's just fucking crazy, you know? And then he's just posting this. I also just feel like he would get so upset if someone called his wife an IDF mouthpiece. And undeniably, she's run bigger defense for the Israeli military than, like, fucking Hassan has for like, the Houthis and stuff. And also, Israel is worse than everyone else. I won't make a ContraPoints content nuke. I don't care enough about... I don't really know anything about her or enough to make a content nuke. But what I would want to talk about is how she is... Just like her statement. I'm going to make a video about her statement. And I'm going to try and get it done soon. He's just posting about Taylor Lorenz and getting he's getting upset over this. The most dreaded Nazi of them all. I mean, she has made some pretty unhinged statements, but anyway, let's go back to watching him continue his bad crash out.
And such like that. You know, being anti-Semitic, I didn't know this. In Argentina is like, for whatever reason, I don't know, is like extremely illegal. It's like extremely frowned upon. I think you can go to jail.
Like, you can go to jail in most countries for being anti-Semitic, by the way, you know, like, it's not really that surprising. But Bad Empanada, for all of the things he is and for all of the ways he behaves online, he is most definitely not anti-Semitic. I genuinely think that Bad Empanada is someone who does want, like, a better world. Like, I think people can say what they want about her. But, yeah.
For being, like, anti-Semitic in Argentina. So if I was Bad Empanada, especially, even more than like some of these other people, I would be very concerned. I would be very concerned about where I am right now and weighing which one actually might be worse. I don't know. It might even be worse to be in Argentina trying to hide out than it might be in Australia where I could sue you for defamation. You know?
It's also quite funny because, like, Ethan is the kind of person who purports to hate Trump, but then he's like, hey, I want to get the Argentinian government to arrest Bad Empanada for making videos about him and to stalk him.
Like, I happen to know that your business is located in Australia still. So definitely can leverage, you know, I'll put a leverage on that. There's no problem. My point is, there's no problem. And the good news is, at Bad Empanada, you are the biggest. I know it's about Adam, so just stand back and stand by, Adam.
I haven't heard about a strike on a water distribution truck, but I mean, like, it sounds plausible. Like, it genuinely sounds plausible that happened. Palestinians have Avichai Adare, whatever his name is, the Israeli Arabic language spokesperson, who has some massive TikTok, and TikTok pumps out his content. Like, TikTok... This is the funny thing, like, fucking Ethan is always on about, like, oh, Twitch has a terrorist problem. Like, Avichai... Adare, is that how you say it? Adre. Look at this. This platform has a terrorist problem. Whilst other videos are censored, this guy's...
على ديني على أرضي تلاقيني أنا لشعبي أفدي هون أنا دامي إسرائيلي.
It's really funny. They're like appropriating a Palestinian song and it sounds horrible and they look horrible doing it. Like, fuck Israel. But look how these videos are pumped out. That was in 2021. That has 20 million views and 100,000 likes. That doesn't even make sense. This has 100,000 likes in 2024 and it has 12.4 million views. That's not how content should work on TikTok. This is intentionally being boosted. The same with this. 13,000 likes and 1 million views. Bro, this is getting pumped out by, like, TikTok. TikTok's got a terrorism problem. Oh my god, I'm pro-Palestine, but, like, Twitch is the most terrorist platform ever, and it's like, hey, here's TikTok just promoting this guy. Like, literally, like, artificially boosting this guy's views. Like, okay, he has 1 million followers. That still doesn't change anything. This guy is having his views inflated by TikTok intentionally. They are inflating a guy who is, like, you know, who is part of a genocidal military. Like, Ethan thinks that Israel's doing genocide. I would be much more focused on this. Who does he follow as well? I don't know any of these people. He follows Al Jazeera, Bein Sports, Memory TV Project, Khalid, Israel Arabic, IDF. What do the IDF even post on TikTok? Just planes killing children. Great. Oh god, look at this as well. This is insane, bro. Like, having to blur out people's faces because you're scared they'll be convicted for war crimes is genuinely insane. Like, that's why these people have their faces blurred out. Like, it's because they might get convicted for war crimes. Is this also a child?
Right now there are dead bodies everywhere. The ground is burned. There are crashed cars. You can see in the bus station the clothes of the people taken by the terrorists.
The IDF launched Operation Rising Lion to confront an existential threat to the state of...
It's also quite funny because, I no exaggeration, if the Houthis and Hamas and stuff and, like, the Iranian government were allowed to have social media platforms like this and they were posting stuff like this, I guarantee you people would be reacting to it very differently. Thank you, Splinkerbell, for becoming a member. You guys just witnessed the... You just witnessed that working. Did it show? Did it show him becoming a member? Did that work? Did anyone see that? I mean, you heard the notification, but I don't know if you saw it. Oh yeah, you did. Thank you. Shout out for being a new member. But yeah, like, Israel's posting propaganda. It's crazy how there are people in this chat who still have not liked the stream. SMH, thank you, Sophie, for your kindness as always. And yes, it is crazy. Lots and lots of people who are in this stream who have not liked it. It's a bit problematic, I think. It's a bit problematic, I would say. But yeah, like, just the only videos that's getting views is some, like, girl just doing propaganda for Israel.
Operational update. Last night,
Also, the super chats aren't really showing. Ugh. Super chat alert. Text settings. Text shadow. Yeah, this ain't working. Let me just move it slightly and see if that makes it clearer. What is this?
the Iranian regime launched a barrage of missiles toward Israel. There were multiple hits, including in the city of Beersheba. A total of 5 Israelis were killed. This morning, at around 7 a.m., a ceasefire between Israel and Iran came into effect. Shortly after, Iran fired toward Israel, despite the ceasefire.
Who is watching this? Who is watching that? Like, who is this for? I mean, it's just slop for propaganda.
Today we finished our commander's course.
They're American.
Come join us on our day.
Okay, I can't play that. It's got copyrighted music. This is just insane. Like, genuinely insane. Super chat test. Thank you so much, Sophie. I think it's working. Thank you so much. But yeah, right, that's enough IDF official TikTok. But like Ethan, yeah, he's complaining about Hassan Minhaj having like terrorist mouthpieces on. Here's an account which literally just gets to post, because they're Israeli, it gets to post consistently about terrorists. There we go. That looks better. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you again, Sophie. It is showing.
I just went bad, but not a no. Scumbag.
Scumbag.
There's certain lines you cross, and you cross it with the wrong people, and that's what you did.
Oh, Jesus.
By the way, Hassan.
So, Gatto Fumador posted this old
Do you think I'm done with you? I'm not done with you by a mile. I'm taking the trash out.
Yeah, isn't unblurring stuff really easy?
I'm saving you for my main course, you fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter, who spends all day lying. It's funny, this narrative, Ethan's obsessed with his son, literally spends hours every day on his stream talking about me. I saw the guy.
I mean, like, this guy posts in Instagram stories, like, day and night about people he's having arguments with. And the only reason he's having arguments with them is, 1, either because they've critiqued him for his politics, or 2, because they're Hassan Piker. Ethan is on his Joker arc, but it's like Jared Leto from Suicide Squad arc, like just harassing people and saying it's method acting. Ethan's method acting as as Jared Leto's Joker.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to interrupt.
So guess what? Don't worry,
What's special about the 12th of July?
buddy. I got time for everybody. I'm making time for everybody. You know what I mean? And I'm just that kind of guy. The world is wide enough for all of us. Hamilton. So don't worry. Don't worry.
Can you imagine I was just talking like this on stream regularly and all day? Like, I've had arguments with people. I had arguments with History Revealed. And what I would do is I would make videos debunking him, talking about the things he said that I didn't like and why I thought they were problematic. But this guy just posts, like, insane videos like this, and he's like, I'm gonna destroy you.
You know what I mean? We go from the bottom up, and everybody's catching these hands. Don't worry about it, Hassan.
Jesus. He really is unbelievable, I must say. Genuinely unbelievable. And he had to apologise to Ryan Kavanagh yesterday. Because I used to watch him a bit, and I remember Ryan Kavanagh and like the stuff going on with those
Here's
two.
my...
And it's just kind of unbelievable, really. It's really unbelievable. He was also... There's one final thing I meant to watch yesterday, unless I'm going insane, which is Palestine News Network. Now, I find this account a bit weird, because like just going up and shouting at people in public is interesting. I don't think it really does anything. Like, I think if you see someone, like, what's the point? But yeah, let's show... let's see if I can find this video. I don't know much about this guy, though. Dr. Pressup. Like, fucking hell. Someone called Dr. Pressup. I'll see if I can find it on TikTok. Hold on. What are you guys saying? He's literally atrophied, confirmed by doctors. I don't fucking know what's going on with Ethan. He doesn't. I think. I don't know if any of you remember this story. I think you'd remember it. He was like really up close to the camera, and he was like being wild. Like he was going like. He was like bad empanada. I'm gonna sue you.
How you doing, sir?
Back again. Back again.
All right. Hey, look, we got a question for you.
Right, here we go.
How you doing, sir?
Back again.
All right. Hey, look, we got a question for you.
Sure.
We already know what your answer is.
Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
what is your stance on Palestine?
H3 Clue is complicit. Well, I mean, I think they're just a bunch of sycophants. Atrophied as in, like, he is weak and meager. But I think he's atrophied in the sense of, like, that he's just... He showed it when he was trying to pick something up. But, what I was going to say is, he has Tourette's. Yeah, I'm aware he has Tourette's, but the video was still fucking crazy. Like, it was really up close, and it was, like, it was just wild. I can't even remember what he was talking about. I bet it comes up if I search Ethan Klein Joker.
Frankly, I
This video...
don't think you have much hope, especially after this. But let's see. The reason
Thank you for the donation, by the
that
way.
we ever got in touch is because Taylor Lorenz 3.0, she has a snark meme page that posted such an obscenely mean, psychotic message about me. We had to actually...
There's a guy who comments that I'm a paedophile under videos of me. Like, he's been doing it from multiple accounts. Like, he commented on my Middle East guy video. He was like, oh, I'd believe this guy if there weren't serious allegations against him. And it's like, it's fucking crazy. Like, it's a crazy thing to do. So and there are people doing, like, obscene things, and, you know, it's not quite as bad as these, like, fucking level of, like, I am just not as big as someone like Ethan or Hassan, so I don't receive that kind of interest. But anyway, there are people saying and doing things to me, and it's just like, I just don't care, you know?
check with people that knew her firsthand to see if it was actually her that left the message. Let me read it to you. This was on a post about a meme about me being obsessed with Hassan. She said, he needs to log off. Every influencer has a snark page, and if he wants it taken down, he needs to go through legal...
And also, by the way, I think Ethan's case against the snark case would be so much better, because I've spoken about it. This was the crux of my video. Ethan's whole life is guilt by association. Like, just saying, this person is guilty because they were on stream with that person. Matt Lieb should lose his job because he platformed Bad Empanada. Okay, Ethan, you admitted that Frogan's biggest harasser is Tectone. You then proceeded to, like, talk about him. You were like, oh, he seems like a bad guy. But that's it. Like, that's all you really had to say about him. But, like, your Reddit platforms him. Your Reddit fucking loves this guy.
Channels not publicly bait them. Normally I'd have sympathy, but Ethan has spent the last year absolutely terrorizing and stalking anyone obsessed with Hassan while spouting Zionist propaganda.
Yep, that is what Ethan does.
He needs to log off for a long time and get his head straight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if someone's, like, disagreeing with me and stuff, like, you know, like, someone's disagreeing with me. Like, Papa Gut made, like, a fucking hour-long video where he's like, oh, you'll take shit. And, I mean, he couldn't really explain what he was saying, but, you know, I'm not going to be, like, fucking making 50 Instagram stories like this guy. I hate him.
Here's the best part, guys. And clean up his house so his kids aren't crawling around in dog feces.
I do also find this fucking mad, and I think that this is the part of the sycophants and, like, people who encourage him in a way. Ethan has publicly said things like this. Ethan has publicly said there are, and Bad Empanada showed it in his video, there are a lot of clips of Ethan talking about dog shit in his house, and like, look, his house probably isn't like entirely always covered in dog shit, but it's weird that it was like matted into the carpet, that it had been there for ages, that he's always talking about these things. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy that like he's just like, no, that didn't happen. Like, you said something on stream, bro. Like, you said that. You shared that, you know. Like, pfft.
Here's the best part, guys. This was after CPS was called. Can you imagine that, right, guys?
Ethan, you said that Hamas have bases under hospitals after hundreds of doctors have been tortured, killed, medical workers are being just massacred. Huge war crimes, and you said that. That's why people are upset. Like, also, this is a crazy thing to pause on. I'm glad Hassan has stopped talking about him. Let him spiral out on his own. Yeah, I don't think I'd talk about him after that final video. Like, I think, like, after that, I won't dedicate another video to him at all. It's not worth it. I think that, as Bad Empanada says, it's kind of, like, hard to see there being, like, anything left to say. Like, he's a wild individual. And it's just, like, yeah, it's just, yeah. Thank you for saying my hair looks nice. I haven't had a shower today. But yeah, it's a crazy pause. It's a crazy pause. Dogs don't seem to be house trained. I mean, also, like, is dog shitting in your house normal? Like, I mean, if it's a really old dog, but even then I feel like most people are like, hey, you know, the dog's kind of, if a dog's shitting in the house, it's kind of like past its time, you know, you need to probably have it put down. But, like, I don't know anyone whose dog, like, regularly shits in their house unless it's a puppy that isn't house-trained when you get it. Like, you know, I don't remember any dog I've ever had, like, ever shitting in the house. That is, in fact, no dog we ever had growing up shit in the house. Like, ever. That's not normal, is it? Like, I'm no expert on this. Hello from Brixton. I like Brixton a lot. I love the bookshop that's there, the secondhand bookshop. I got a lot of love for Brixton. Why don't dogs use litter boxes? I don't know. Maybe dogs just aren't so interested. ContraPoint's bullshit. Yeah, of course this guy fucking loved the ContraPoint statement. Why am I crying, laughing my ass off? This is too ridiculous. Yeah, I mean it is, but also just being surrounded by a fucking like team of people who are like, no, Ethan, you are. All of these people just make stuff up about you. Ethan categorically said on stream that, like, his kid was crawling around, there was dog shit everywhere. He said that. Like, no, sorry, he said before that there's, from ingesting poop. I don't think he said actually on the stream that there's, like, dog shit everywhere. But, like, he definitely said his kid was crawling around, and there's, like, I don't even know what he was saying then, but, like, yeah, it's crazy. Giardia, I've mentioned this before. Giardia, the only place I've ever heard about the Giardia is when I was in Tajikistan, and they were like, don't drink the water, you'll get Giardia. But I didn't do that. I was not drinking the water. Sorry, I was just looking at my tweets, and someone posted about me, and someone responded called Heck Giver, said, I don't know if you're here right now, you said, he will lead the white boy jihad. Interesting comment. There are some other people. Right, we're gonna watch Bad Empanada reacting to Ethan Klein, reacting to Ethan Klein. So you're getting me reacting to Ethan Klein, because I want to listen to what he actually says.
Who you know?
Scary.
The guy was very nice. He was a very professional, nice.
He says the CPS
Oh, this isn't the one I wanted to watch.
guy told
to us with it.
Okay.
to be clear here, the only way. Ethan just straight up said this on the stream.
Oh.
So that's only one part of it. The next part is
What's the next?
that Olive has Giardia, which is a bacterial infection in the intestines that makes you have diarrhea.
And Olive has this?
Olive has this. Yeah, she came to us with it.
Okay.
She
To be clear here, the only way that you can get Giardia is through some sort of contact with shit. It's poop only. Giardia germs are in poop of people or animals who are infected. So anything...
But why is it in the water in Tajikistan then? Giardia. I also met someone who had Giardia recently. Posing a risk of... Giardia cysts have been detected in various water sources. I don't know.
That gets contaminated by human or animal poop can potentially spread the germs. This means that his dog, which he acknowledges here had Giardia, a parasite, I will emphasize, that was previously unknown to science until this escapade with Ethan Klein 2 weeks ago. The only possible way for this to be spread from his dog to himself and his family is through contact with contaminated dog shit. And he just openly talked about this sort of thing that the CIA could not extract me if it were me on the stream.
Had diarrhea and
Apple baby.
Ducky came to us with that too, and I just wonder why.
Why do so many dogs have? Is this common for dogs to have Giardia?
It's relatively common.
It should be. They should have found it already. But anyway, so she has Giardia, so we have her on an antibiotic, but we had to wait until Monday, which is today. We just got it today, and
wow, apparently 15% of dogs may have Giardia, according to the AI overview. Wait, let me see that. His subreddit was calling ICE to deport Hassan. Yeah, I mean, he spoke about this, like, he was trying to speak to an immigration lawyer to get the guy, like, he was speaking to a lawyer who wasn't an immigration lawyer, to be like, what could we get Hassan charged for? And it's like, hey, Ethan, you go on and on about, like, how much you hate Trump and stuff. You go on and on about how Trump's a bad, scary guy. Why would you ever be saying that shit if you actually oppose Trump? Why would you think that that's, like, a normal comment to make? Like, for all of the things Hassan is, and I know he's white passing, and he'd probably admit that himself, but he's still like a Muslim Turkish man, you know, you could get him in a lot of trouble for that, but like, you know, you don't care.
Well, Sonny's crawling around, he's putting everything in his mouth, he's at that age, he has Giardia.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
and now Ela has Giardia.
Shut. For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea.
Oh my god.
This is someone...
Sorry, I muted myself. But, like... yeah, you're right about that, Will, that we live in countries with proper water sanitation. But, like, just listening to this, like, just listening to this, it's crazy because, like, he said that. Like, categorically, he said that, right? Like, you can't deny that he said that. But the people around him are like, hey, you know... like, you know, like, oh, these people are all harassing you, but, like, hey, come on, like, you did say this thing.
Admitting on stream that their kid was crawling around and eating dog shit and they contracted a...
I don't think Hassan is white passing. I mean... sorry, I didn't want to play that again. Sorry if you heard that again. That wasn't meant to play again. I was just checking my stream elements by accident. Maybe not even real CPS. I mean, it's plausible CPS went to his house, and who knows if it's because of that, who knows what it's because of, who knows, like, honestly. I think the... I've mentioned this before, but on the stream where they talk about Snark called CPS, he literally mentions how they were told, don't open packages, don't open packages. He talks about how there was some, like, crazy anti-Semite right-winger, like, sending them stuff that was dangerous, that the FBI had told him this, and then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, this skull thing's happen. It's all very strange. Sunflower Dragon, thank you for a very big donation. I have 2 4-month-old puppies, and they only have an accident once in a while. It's a ton of work. I have to take them out 8 times a day. I'm thinking there's not so much focus in Ethan's home on the work of training. Well, I mean, it's also crazy that Ethan is just, like, you know, fucking, like, a millionaire who doesn't do all that much work. Like, he has an entire team. The thing that takes me long with streaming, basically, is that, like, I have to, like, find the stuff. I have to, like, do this. I don't have people around me to riff off. Like, it's largely just chat and stuff who I can talk to. And that's why it's hard when you stream on a smaller platform. But, like, the thing for me is that, like, he just doesn't do that much work. I don't even know what he spends his time doing. Because doesn't Healer do all the Teddy Fresh stuff?
A previously unknown parasite from the dog shit. If you showed this to CPS, they would want to fucking visit this family. This is completely, like, a 100% warranted reasoning for wanting to visit the family. So he's trying to frame this like it was swatting. No, you try to fucking charge someone for reporting you for this? You can't do that. All I need to do is show them this fucking clip and that's already enough. Like, the implication of this clip is that your children are just wallowing in shit and contracting.
Jesus, there are a lot of you here, but you're also not giving me enough likes. I'm pretty annoyed about that. We're lacking in the likes. Yeah, I mean, like, he's up all night posting Instagram stories. If I was in his position, like, I would be, like, fucking just, I don't know, doing stuff like, I don't even know what I'd be doing. I don't ever want to be in that position. I think I put it in because and it's like the... iDubbbz put it at the end of his content cop, and I'll just play it because I think it's worth listening to.
Destination, the beach is surprisingly dangerous.
That was pretty fucked up, and fighting it, you know, he changed YouTube for the better, and I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he was
Shout out Noah Sampson, my guy.
Fighting for free speech.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil. I'm like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like, if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's got.
It's kind of crazy that, and I think that this is the probably the maddest thing about Ethan's reaction to the iDubbbz stuff. Like, it was all guilt by association. Like, he's with Rogan, he's with this person, he's with that person. This means that they're so bad. Like, you know, oh, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, hey, this video was more of like a thing to a friend in many senses. Like, maybe like the way that people spoke to them was cringe. I mean, the whole thing was much more than being like a complete, I hate you, Ethan. It's like, hey, Ethan, you do these things. You are the one who's like, it's almost like if one of the crew actually stood up and said, look, you know, the way you've behaved is inappropriate. You have said and done these Zionist things. I think you actually are a Zionist. People don't hate you because of anti-Semitism. What they are feeling like incensed by is your behavior and your actions and such. And yeah, like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
Worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more hold up, a feeling of almost infallibility, that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive.
It's crazy, because, like, the things he's done, by the way, aren't just mistakes. Like, the thing he has done is a pattern of supporting the state of Israel. You know, the things with, like, Hila going, oh, Yoav Gallant's a really good, great guy. I was talking to this with my friend. We were talking about the clip where she says, he's a really great guy. The funny thing is when she says that, she's actually talking about the ultra-Orthodox in Israel and drafting them, which is a much more niche point in Israeli politics, and especially for, like, it's not niche if you have, like, an understanding of Israel. But it is niche for, like, most people would know Yoav Gallant for being, like, a genocidal, crazy guy. But if you know that, I feel like if you know about the ultra-Orthodox, you do know that he's in charge of Israel, that he's, like, the one who's overseen the Gaza genocide. Like, sorry, he's the Minister of Defense. He's not in charge of Israel. But yeah, like, he's the Minister of Defense. He's overseen the genocide. And it's like, it's fucking crazy, you know, to sit there. The Palestinians can't even fish for food anymore, 20 months. This is actually something crazy, Teddy. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. But, like, one thing I will say about this is Israel has long limited Palestinians' abilities to fish. It's something that they weren't meant to do after the Oslo Accords, but they've regularly done it. What's with that weirdo Ethan's tics? He never used to have them, and now he's sniffing and tweaking. I will say, I think Tourette's is related to stress, is it not? Like, if you're stressed, your Tourette's gets worse, and, like, you can watch that clip and you can see what's happening with Ethan. Like, Ethan has just been progressively getting worse and worse, because he's just unable to defend himself. And I mean, by the way, I think Palestine News Network, I don't think it's like a... My friend was saying, like, oh, they get good clips and stuff, but I feel like I've seen them doing dodgy things. Like, they're not someone I've been interested in. Like, I've not been interested in them. The ADL are writing about them, but I don't know. Henry Chatwin, thanks for becoming a member. Like the stream fools, indeed, indeed. I'm just seeing like the Palestine News Network. It's just like a.
What do you think about Palestine?
I feel like this is just a bizarre video, like just going around filming some old Jewish guy what he thinks about Palestine. Like, frankly, I don't care, and it's not really a productive thing, like a productive thing to be getting up to. Did Steiny interview Benjamin Netanyahu? Which, if so, that's crazy. The Nelk Boys had Israeli full send podcast. Fucking hell. Oh, sorry, there's a spider in my room. It's been making crazy webs and that. Full send podcast. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Salam. I'm not looking at the ADL, but yeah. Henry, what did you do? What modding did you do? Were you just generally modding? Or, but yeah, it's not relevant. Yeah, I don't think the drug stuff is, I think it's, yeah.
Palestine.
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Yeah. Palestine.
You went to Israel.
Why are you putting in a gun sound as well?
Though you support Netanyahu.
No, I don't.
You don't support Netanyahu?
No.
Stop it, bro. She was in the IDF.
Who's playing the death to the IDF? Also, by the way, the funny thing is I've seen some people, and I think this is true. Ethan's saying things here just to make this guy go away, and like, fair enough.
Voted against him.
You voted against him. What about Ben Gvir? How do you feel about Ben Gvir?
Oh, I think he's insane. Yeah, he's a monster.
You think he's a monster?
But you're still like, the funny thing is like, Ethan's just a liberal Zionist. Like, he's saying these things because when you actually have a discussion with him, he's like someone like Lonerbox. Like, ultimately, Lonerbox just supports Israel and runs defense for Israel. Like, I'm sorry, you don't go on propaganda trips with Destiny, where Destiny's giving advice to IOF soldiers about how they should play with women's underwear off camera. Like, that's not a normal thing that pro-Palestine people do.
Yeah.
But when you ask them, they're able to just be like, oh no, I'm actually pro-Palestine, because you're not dissecting what they've actually said and done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've said that. No, that guy sucked.
Yeah, who was it he voted for? Some lady who couldn't form a coalition. But whoever he voted for. Like, oh God. Another thing worth mentioning about the CPS debacle is that he fired the housekeeper for requesting time off for a surgery for a hernia prior to this. I've seen that that's the person who they're beefing with. But yeah, I mean, thank you for your donation. Thank you so much for your support, honestly. Thank you everyone who's donated and supported. W Donos.
I mean, he's worse than sucks.
All right, cool. So this is the final test, buddy. Get a free Palestine from me.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine?
Yeah.
From the river to the sea?
No. Yeah.
My man, I appreciate that. Okay, cool. What about you? You were in the IDF. So, wait, hold on.
Oh, God, why does it keep playing that?
You were in the West Bank. You used to go in people's houses in the middle of the night?
No.
She was a secretary.
I was a secretary.
I actually want to see Ethan's reaction to this. That's actually probably worth looking at.
You're a secretary. Can we get a free Palestine from you?
Sure, free Palestine.
All right, cool. You don't.
Ethan's like concerned.
You don't support Netanyahu?
No.
Stop it, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool.
Bye.
It's true. He spoke about his anti-Zionism at the Boston Marathon. Google Ethan Klein Boston Marathon to find out more. To be honest, like I think these people are pretty fucking annoying. The Palestine News Network people, like.
Free pound. We need a question for my TikTok, buddy. Quick question.
Oh, Jesus. Right. Do I want to watch the H3 reaction to this? Oh, it's like, it's really fucking long. It's really long. It's like 20 minutes. Should I watch this or should I just leave it? Mike from PA, it's very funny Ethan backed down like a complete coward in person. I mean, I think the only argument is like, oh, I'd want that person to leave me alone. But also, like, yeah, Ethan did just back down from his views. Like, he did just back down from his views. Mahmoud Khalil was on the show. I worked today. Oh, crazy. I hope that was interesting. If you got to meet him, yeah, that's awesome. Good for him. 2 times it. Nah. People don't seem mega interested in that. I don't know. But yeah, shout out Mike from PA. Ethan won't be happy that you're here. But over the From the River to the Sea, like, if you really believe that that's, like, anti-Semitic, like, just saying that that's okay in person is crazy. Right, yeah. He called his wife a terrorist, yeah. It's the hottest day of the year. Is it? I feel like yesterday was hotter. I'll just put up a vote, because... have you been to Iran? Nah. I've never been to Iran, unfortunately. I'd like to go. Thank you, the Nerdburn. Rare donation in pounds. We don't see so many in pounds. I'm going to just try and add a poll. Start a poll. I also thought Ethan said he couldn't go out in public anymore. The poll is up. No is winning out very well so far. I'll only do it if it gets like a big margin towards yes. I'm just not going to do it if it's pretty 50-50. Would you wear wigs? Why would I wear wigs? Like, why are you asking if I do that? Why do they care about shitty opinions of celebrities when they could be doing actual activism? Yeah, I mean, like, I don't care what Ethan is doing. Sup, Chrissy. I don't care, like, what Ethan's doing in the streets. Like, I just don't think he needs a street interview. I saw I saw his thing about legal mindset having some interesting relationships with younger people, allegedly. Don't know anything confirmed. Don't know if he's been baited or anything, but pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Christopher. My favourite scene in The Sopranos is this one. This is the best acting in The Sopranos. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, T, it's me. Just want to wish you a belated happy birthday.
That's the best scene in The Sopranos. When Christopher tries to ring him for his birthday and he doesn't know. Why are you asking about the wigs? Right, it seems pretty strongly that you do want to see me watch this. Which I've, for some reason, just closed, which is just stupid. God, he just does not look well. Hi chat, instead of pressing the heart button in chat, X out of the live and hit the like. Thank you, and also shout out Kate the Great, a great TikToker. Thank you for your support, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Right, I guess we're going to watch this because you wanted to watch it. We aren't going to watch it in normal speed though, and I don't care when you go, it's too fast, it's too fast. I'm not watching this in normal speed.
So me and Hila went to Rodeo Drive yesterday, and this guy is always there. Like,
yeah.
bro, I don't know if he has a job.
That is quite funny, though, that this guy is just always there. Like, what is Rodeo Drive? Is it just like a bit of LA?
Or what he does.
No, he doesn't. I mean, there's no way because he's always there.
Whenever I go there, I'm like, God, I'm going to run into this guy. And I do.
Yeah.
He's always there.
That's so annoying.
How do they run into this guy all the time?
Uh-huh.
It's really listen. I'll say this though. In person, when the camera was off, he was very nice. We greeted each other. He was nice. He said, "I'll see you later, bro." To me,
Dating and money.
Yeah, dating money 101.
Oh, okay. Bridge.
But I was surprised he wasn't the one recording. It was another guy, and he was just taking the backseat.
So he was there. I don't want to go too harsh on my boy. Dating money 101. There was 2 of them, and this guy sprung into action, his buddy, and he was in my fucking face.
I swear this dating and money guy has, like, said and done some, like, actually anti-Semitic things. And, like, Ethan's just hates Hassan more. I don't know. I don't know whether he has. Fuck knows.
Like, I was walking, and he was like, he was trying to stop me from walking. He was, like, in my face, right? So he was in the pocket, as they say. And I think dating and money 101, he took the back seat knowing that magic was taking place. But if you listen closely, you can hear him at the very beginning say something like, "Oh, here it is. This guy's name is Dr. Pressure P."
That sounds like a drug dealer.
So
I read that as Dr. Press Up. Jesus Christ.
Obviously, we saw them coming up, and I knew that this was going to happen. So I greeted them. I'm like, "Hey guys, what's going on? You're still here, huh?" So here he is. He jumped into action. Ethan Klein from H3 Podcast says the magic words. Did you expect that? Yeah. Let me play it, and then we'll discuss. Back again.
We got a question for you.
Sure.
We already know what your answer is.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is your stance on Palestine?
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Yeah.
You look at Israel,
Wait.
you support
I'm sorry to interrupt. When I watched this, I watched it on mute this morning. So it was just the captions. So I did not realize they were like.
A valuable currency for Zionists. It's just weird how he's so overtly charitable to him. Yeah, I mean, he was also very charitable to Sam Hyde, right? And Sam Hyde is, like, a neo-Nazi. Like, he's given money to neo-Nazis. Like, pretty fucking crazy.
There's sound effects, Dan.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they hit me with the gunshots. Yeah, it's a whole...
we got a question for you.
Sure.
We already know what your answer is.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is your stance on Palestine?
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Yeah.
You went to Israel, though. You support Netanyahu.
No, I don't. Satan Yahoo. I never heard that one. It took me a minute to process it.
That's also crazy. Like, people call him Satan Yahoo all the time. But also, Ethan just going like, like kind of just glossing over. Like, he said that Israel was like this magical place.
Love who? Oh,
Satan
Netanyahu. I definitely don't love Netanyahu. I don't think I've never expressed any adoration or any positive sentiment about the guy. In fact,
not even before we had social media. Like, never.
I've done more to defeat him than any of these activists because.
You lived in Israel, bro! You lived in Israel and said Israel bombs hospitals because there are Hamas command centers there.
I was able to vote in the Israeli elections. I think was it once or twice?
I think it was twice.
Which is crazy, bro. Like, how do you cite this as like some good thing when, like, you are not from Israel. You are not from Palestinians who live in the West Bank and Gaza cannot vote.
And Tzipi Livni was the female who won when we voted for her, but she couldn't make the coalition.
Yeah, I voted against Bibi, and I voted in favor of the
Tzipi Livni, the only person in the soon-to-be formed Israel who genuinely believes in the importance of the two-state, blah, 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 blah. It's time to start looking at alternative plans in case of a two-state solution proves impossible, she said. So she was anti-two-state in 2013. And this is the big but, she admitted that it might not be a realistic goal, and Israel needs to prepare interim measures or other measures, or unilateral ones that can lessen the damage, which can reduce the pressure a little. I feel like if you're saying that in 2013, like, you should have been unequivocally against, you should have just been like, you should have just been unequivocally like, hey, if you're an Israeli politician who is like, if you're an Israeli politician who might have power and you want peace, you should be unequivocally against the settlers. Like, let's see what Livni has cancelled trips to the UK and Belgium in the past. Prosecutors in 2 countries sought arrest warrants for her role in war crimes and crimes against humanity for the 2008 to 2009 assault on Gaza. As there is no statute of limitations for war crimes, crimes against humanity and genocide, it remains a legal obligation to arrest. This is like the fuck thing. Like, you bring this up as like some example of, oh, I've done more than Palestinian activists. Ethan, no, you haven't. Like, you spread pro-Israel propaganda and voted for someone who's still a war criminal, you know. And that's and you like consider her as like some brilliant like like leftist?
The left party.
Female.
And of course, she got the majority of votes. It's always important to remind people of that. She got by far the most votes. She had like mid-30s or something like that, maybe close to 40%.
That would be plurality, right? Not majority.
Yes, not majority.
Right.
So that's what.
Otherwise, she would have been.
It's a parliamentary thing. So Bibi comes in with like, I don't know, 26% or something, and then he teams up with all these like fucking ultra-national Orthodox coalitions, and then that's how you get this administration here today.
Yep.
Basically.
You don't support Netanyahu?
No.
Right, so here's Sippy Livni. A policy of no Hamastan, and rightly so, and no Palestine, and without an alternative plan will lead to Israel, a mixed non-Jewish state between the Sea and Jordan, the dream of the ill-remembered Gaddafi. So she considered in Israel one of the political bloc, warns of the possibility which scares the most, one state with equal rights for all people.
They are asking their own civilians to stay in places that they know that Israel needs to bomb, because we are trying to create a better future to Israelis and Palestinians as well. If I may add, I was a member of the Israeli cabinet in 2005 when Israel decided to pull our forces out of Gaza Strip. We dismantled all the settlements, and the entire international community said to Hamas and to any Palestinian, you can get legitimacy. Gaza can be open. You can build Gaza as Singapore as long as you renounce violence and terrorism, recognize the right of Israel to exist, and...
It's also fucking funny because, like, you could not build Gaza into Singapore. It's a way too densely populated, tiny place with too many people in because Israel expelled them there. And, like, also, by the way, her involvement with... she founded a party with Ariel Sharon. Wait, what? So this woman... Oh my god! Wait, so this means... So does this mean that he technically voted for Ariel Sharon? Kadima party with Ariel Sharon. Ariel Sharon is like a huge... She described him as a father of the nation. I feel like that's enough. Ariel Sharon is responsible for a massacre of 3,500 people, and like Ethan voted for a party founded by him.
Stop it, bro. She was an idea.
Oh, we had a speaker here. He had a speaker here, and he pushed it, and then it was like, that's the IDF.
Oh, I didn't know where it came from.
Hila seems to like that. She's smiling.
Button. Wait, I guess he has
an IRL.
Yes.
He had a death to the IDF set button. I didn't know he did that. Okay.
He did it.
That's pretty,
yeah,
I mean, that's pretty handy.
It takes me time to process what happened, but it just hit me.
He's like Carrot Top.
He's a prop activist. Do you remember these?
It's that. That was what he had, bro. Bop it, yap it, twist it.
Yak back.
Bro's coming for my job. Watch it there, bud. He's for real. Anyway.
Against him.
You voted against him. What about Ben Gvir? How do you feel about Ben Gvir?
Oh, I think he's insane. Like, bro, did you really expect me to endorse Ben Gvir?
Yeah.
I don't know what these people expect me to say. I'm like, hey, dude, my name's Ethan Klein, and I just want to say... I'm not even going to say it because people are going to clip it.
My name's Ethan Klein, and Israel has a right to bomb hospitals. Israel needs security. What is security for Israel? Like, this, like, thing. It seems to just be security to colonize Palestinian land and not have any response to it.
I'm going to say the worst thing you can imagine about, you know, these people.
And then I come in and I say something even worse than you.
But like, again, what's funny is that I've never said anything different than this. I've continually said the same thing. I've never said anything different for several years, predating October 7th. And yet, because of people like Hassan who continually lie about what I'm saying, or they go,
or no, I
they go, oh, he's
or...
You shared the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation not long ago.
He doesn't actually believe that, or whatever bullshit they say. The people like this, and in the comments are like, get him. Like the top comment. I think it got a little brigaded by our fans by now, but the top comment was like, hold him accountable.
Yes.
Yeah, last night, everything
They should hold him accountable.
was against you guys.
Right.
Yeah. Lots of anti-Semitic stuff, which is fun. We captured a lot of it.
Like, also, by the way, like, you're still using voting in Israel. You're using voting in Israel to claim that you do more than most Palestinians. Bro, you went and lived there and you said it was like an amazing, wonderful place with like free coexistence for everyone. A Palestinian member of the Knesset, Ayman Odeh, was just impeached for the craziest thing. Like, it is actually crazy. I don't know if any of you have seen this. I'm sure that some of you will have. Ayman Odeh, who's a Palestinian, was impeached for saying, I am happy about the release of the Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners. From here, both peoples must be freed from the yoke of occupation. We were all born free. He was impeached by the Knesset, and I reckon he'll get removed from the Knesset completely, because there has to be another vote. If you're Jewish, You can literally say, yeah, I think we should kill all the Palestinians, and that's okay. Like, you can say that if you're a Jewish member of the Knesset. There is no denying that. And yeah, like, here's just Ethan. Here's just Ethan, like, telling us that you should go there and it's a free space of coexistence. But no, Hassan and everyone has lied about this.
Let me just play the whole thing, though. I'm not going to pause it. You guys enjoy it.
Hey, look, we got a question for you.
Sure.
We already know what your answer is.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is your stance on Palestine?
I love it.
You love Palestine?
Yeah.
You went to Israel. You support Netanyahu?
No, no.
You don't support Netanyahu?
No.
Stop it, bro. She was an IDF.
You voted against him.
You voted against him. What about Ben Gvir? How do you feel about Ben Gvir?
I think he's insane. Yeah, he's a monster.
Did say you were proud of your wife's service.
Monster.
You think he's a monster?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've said that. No, that guy sucks. He's, I mean, he's worse than sucks.
All right, cool. So this is the final test, buddy. Get free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine?
Yeah.
From the river to the sea?
Yeah.
My man, I appreciate that. Okay, go. What about you?
Whoa,
You
he
an
just sounded
IDF?
exactly like... Wait, I'm so sorry to do this, but he sounded just like Avery. When he said, all right, go.
Yeah, I
Wait,
hear
let's
that.
hear it.
It's Palestine.
Free Palestine?
Yeah.
From the river to the sea?
Yeah.
My man, I appreciate that. Okay, go.
I hear it there.
Oh my God, yeah.
This article by The Guardian that came out like a few weeks ago, like, just compare these statements that, like, what a Palestinian is allowed to say. And yeah, the idea that it's the only democracy, it's like, what the fuck? Why? Like, apartheid is best described as a system of legal discrimination that targets a specific ethnic group with different laws to another ethnic group with the goal of preserving the supremacy of said ethnic group. That's what apartheid South Africa was. The whites were the minority and they needed a legal system to, protect them, and Israel does exactly the same. But just like, flatten everything in Gaza just like it is today in Auschwitz. The council leader, it's an entire nation out there that's responsible. Now we all have one common goal, erasing the Gaza Strip from the face of the earth. The war will never end if we don't expel everyone. To wipe out Gaza, nothing else will satisfy us. Don't leave a single child there. Expel all the remaining ones in the end, so they have no chance of recovery. Bro, Ethan, you called this like a wonderful space of coexistence. Like, Jewish people can say that.
100%.
Sorry,
This is what Avery
there's nothing in common between
Absolutely nothing.
He was,
I definitely hear it though, yeah.
Okay, thank you. This guy was short, small build, nothing in common.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Said that? No, that guy sucks. He's worse than sucks.
All right, cool. So this is the final test, buddy. Get free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine?
Yeah.
From the river to the sea?
Yeah.
My man, I appreciate that. Okay, go.
Oh, and the girl back
What
there,
about
shout out to her. She's a fan. Afterwards, she's like, yo, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was actually like...
She said she sees them there all the time too.
Of course.
I wonder if Dating Money's not allowed to record because he got in trouble there.
No, he had a camera.
Oh, he did?
He just was slow on the...
I think he's the second angle because there's like two cameras here.
Yeah, he was filming.
Damn.
His buddy was slick with it. His buddy was high energy. He came out with it.
When are we gonna dance live?
I think Dating Money might be his disciple, if I had to guess. He might be learning.
Oh.
The rule of two.
Nice guy though, really. A nice guy in person. He couldn't be sweeter in person.
What is that about? That's an interesting revelation, to be honest.
Yeah, nice guy.
Hey, bro, I'm a fan. I just want to shake your hand.
He didn't say that, to be fair, but I did get fan energy from them.
Palestine from
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine?
Yeah.
From the river to the sea?
Yeah.
My man, I appreciate
Like Ethan, say that these statements are genocidal. They just call them insane and awful. Yeah, exactly. And also, by the way, it's like, when you're like, hey, I love Israel, and Ethan was like, I want to go to Israel because I love this about it and I love that about it. I think that the other key part of all of this is, hey, well, like, how are you creating a distinction with Israel proper when, like, Israel's doing genocide in another part of it? According to you, by the way, you say you believe that. Israel is doing genocide like 40 kilometers away from fucking Tel Aviv.
that. Okay, go. What about you? You were an IDF. You were in the West Bank. You used to go to people's houses in the middle of the night?
No. She's a secretary. It's so crazy to me that how everybody's heard this story now.
I know.
Well, that's what the IOF do, and she was a secretary, like, helping them do that. So, like, it's kind of like saying the people who planned 9/11 weren't guilty because they didn't actually do it. Like, basically being like, well, they were just secretaries, they were just guys who, like, planned it.
Oh, bro, you were raiding people in the IDF and the West Bank? It's like, how
Well, what do you think she was doing it for?
did that evolve into that?
Yeah. My man, I appreciate that. Okay, go. What about you? You were an IDF. Oh, hold on. You were in the West Bank. You used to go to people's houses in the middle of the night?
No.
She's a secretary.
I was a secretary.
You were a secretary. Can we get free Palestine from you?
Sure, free Palestine.
All right.
Well, she did do that.
Cool.
Yeah,
How you
there
doing,
you go.
sir?
Back again.
No
Did
way,
we pass?
dude.
Pass the test?
No, we didn't. They call us liars in the chat. Unfortunately.
I don't know what to tell you guys. You're not going to catch me slipping because I've been saying the same thing for fucking probably damn near a decade now.
You're not gonna catch me slipping. I know she participated in a raid. But ultimately, I think the raid is fucking bad. Like, the raid is bad. But also, just being a secretary is really bad. Yeah, I know. And also, it's funny him saying that you couldn't catch him slipping. And it's like, oh, why is Ethan constantly baffled? Because he's surrounded by a bunch of sycophants who are literally, like, hyping him up and are like, yeah, everyone, like, bro, your rants look so cool when you're there, like, I'm gonna kill Bad Empanada! Like, you act as if, like, these people are around you saying that that's okay, that you seem really normal. No, bro, this is weird. This is all weird. Like, posting 50 Instagram stories a day is weird. I only post, like, 2 a week.
October 7th, but nobody wants to believe it. Why? Because I have the gall to criticize Hassan. And I mean, you just look at what ContraPoints is going through and you'll see the same exact thing she's going through.
ContraPoints is going through so much hard stuff for having a dogshit take on Palestine and saying that Palestine is not like one of the worst atrocities in recent years, or like refusing to understand why it's such a bad atrocity and like placing it just on the scale of death toll. The reason that Palestine is such a like unspeakable atrocity is because like it is unequivocally supported by our government. Sudan is terrible in that case too, because the Americans and stuff are like allowing the Emiratis to do the genocide, but we're not like just, you know, like here's a blank check and saying that the RSF can like do rape and stuff because I don't know, they're our allies.
Now, they're doing the same exact thing to her. So if you think ContraPoints is a Zionist or, like, genocidal or whatever the fuck based on her statement, like, I mean, to me, that's such a big red flag for their entire movement that they've now all come together in unison and be like, ContraPoints is genocidal.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. So we're in the same boat, and I don't mind being in that boat with her.
She's so smart. I'm honored to be in the same boat as somebody smart like her.
Yeah.
Anyone who says anything positive about Ethan, smart, good, moral, just, anyone who does anything, react to the content poop. No, I'm not reacting to an 2 hour long Bad Empanada video because I just won't have anything to say because there's not much to disagree with. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we came off looking pretty good, just like in the last one. So I got to give big ups to my boys here. Every time they film me, I'm like, they're not going to post that probably because it just makes me. I think I passed the test, right? But for them, I don't think they care about anything but the views. Who's this guy? Unexpected after dinner party jokes. Uh-oh.
You scared you? You're scared, bro.
Bro, why? What are you doing?
They're just harassing people
you're
there.
Approaching at someone's driver's side window at night and being like, "Are you scared?" Like that's shady, bro.
Do I look like I'm scared of you? You look terrified, bro. Do I look like I'm scared of you? Do I look scared?
Oh God! See, you can't let these guys get you, buddy. Yeah.
You look terrified, bro. Can you get these guys out of your restaurant? Scared of you?
Unfortunately, there's nothing. Wait, so we have 2 parts.
That guy does look really.
I love Israelis. So what's your? I don't want to get into this conversation, but look at you poor bastards out here. Look at you, you're just like little poor people.
Oh, he called little poor people.
That's bad for your movement. Someone who hates your movement. Yeah, indeed. This is just someone who hates your movement. This is just someone who spends all of his time demonizing Palestine. Do an Asmund style react where you just sit there and say based, cringe. Now what you don't understand is that there's these roaches in my house, and the roaches in my house, they live here too.
That's not good. That's stupid. Don't call people poor. If you're in a Rolls Royce, that's corny.
I mean, they are provoking him.
Did he say fuck Palestine?
You're just like little poor people. That's just Rolls Royce. So you're a coward. You're Palestine. What's up, buddy?
Oh, he didn't say that. He's just, I'm be clear, I don't know what he just said you're Palestine. I don't know the context. It was clearly cut.
Ethan, this is not good for your movement. Your movement of Zionism.
Buddy, you're a chicken.
Ooh, they gotta call him a chicken, bro. That's it. I'm taking out my knife.
You're a chicken, buddy.
That's why.
Oh, you just say handcuff.
What did you Marty
free, buddy. That's where you're from.
Okay, they're rage baiting him hard, but obviously this guy's not passing.
Yeah, this guy's like, nobody calls me chicken.
He's like, oh, you call me chicken? Well, fuck every single. And I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna play the game.
There you go.
You know, I know that people like that. No, just like, look what Ethan said.
Yep.
You're European. What do you have to do with Palestine? Sorry? What do you have to do with Palestine?
Why is he even talking to them? Is he drunk or something? Like, bro, just put up the window.
Well, this one is so, like, yours was like a continuous video. This is just like jumping around all over the place.
But Ethan, to be fair, like, you're used to this stuff. This is just regular people.
I know.
And they don't know what's the smart way to react and what's going to look good on social media. Like,
and they don't know that people are going to watch this.
Yeah.
So there's Ethan basically just saying that the way he spoke was just to look good on social media.
By the way, and I'll say from the minute this guy got in my face was extremely rude and aggressive. It was meant to upset me and set me off. And so, like, these guys are coming at these people just from the most rude,
it's like what the paparazzi do
inflammatory way possible.
Celebrities.
And why should
when they come and just ask them questions that they know will piss them off to try and get.
Why should Jewish people anyway be stopped for a test? Like, the whole thing is so fucked.
Well, I don't know what this.
It's not because you're Jewish. It's because of what you post online. Like, oh my god, it is because of the things you say and do, acting as if Jewish people are stopped for tests. What? I mean, I think that actually Palestine News Network has on certain occasions just gone up to random Jewish people which is strange, as I literally said before I watched this. But they're not stopping you for a test because you're Jewish.
Guy's story is, but
that's what he does.
feels like
That's what his whole channel. You can look at his other videos. That's what he does.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much exclusively just asks people about like Zionism and Palestine and stuff. But I don't know if he knows that this guy's Jewish or not. I don't want to say that. I don't know.
Why is he asking him about it?
I'm not sure. He probably just seen like. Well, here's the other thing I'll say. When you watch the video of me, you can't tell how close the camera is to me.
They're in our
like,
face.
It's literally like inches away from my face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm imagining it's.
I love Israelis.
Hey, that's okay. That's.
You need to enable a high pass filter. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry at all.
Not bad to hate Israel, to love Israelis.
See, you're supporting genocide, supporting the babies.
Oh, there's another one in there that looks just like him. Is that his twin?
Look at you.
There's two of them.
I love Israelis.
Sorry, I don't want to get into this. I'm not trying to jump around.
I mean, he started by saying, I don't want to get into this conversation.
Which is fair. I mean,
absolutely fair. It's
you
just
know.
a person walking on the street.
Genocides tend to be a bit rude too, indeed. Wait, is this rich guy? Yeah, I don't know.
It's like,
sure, yeah.
I don't want to pass your test right now.
Why does he keep doing that?
Oh my God.
But I also want to remind you that there are like weirdos who go and film Palestinians and ask them questions inside Palestine, and people who go to protests and do this kind of shit all the time. Like fucking Ross Glick.
Terry, that's why I don't support Israel. God bless everybody. God bless.
Wait, okay, well, to be fair, he just said, I like terrorists, so I don't support
I
Israel.
can't understand
Wait,
what
what's he
they're
about to say?
saying.
God bless. October 7th? Okay, that's, so, like,
Yeah.
let's call a spade a spade.
Let's not forget how Ethan said Hassan before that saying from the river to the sea means the killing of Jewish people. So I guess that by his own logic after his response in that video himself is anti-Semitic. I mean, I think you're right there. Thank you so much for the big donation. But yeah, like, I think that the thing is that like, I think that the thing is that like, on that, it's just like Ethan could be like, oh, actually, I don't want to say that because of this reason. But like, I don't think that's reasonable. I think Ethan doesn't want to say it because he doesn't support Palestine.
Here, he said, I love terrorism and God bless October 7th. I mean, let's just be a little bit real here for a minute. I mean, if you're a Jewish person,
And he's the one passing the test?
that's way worse than anything this guy said so
Well, I don't think he's passing the test for everyone. I think a lot of people don't like this guy or care who he is.
far, which is super cut up as far. So it's hard to even say. It seemed like he said something like they'll never be free, which obviously is terrible, but it's very cut up. But saying God bless October 7th, that's just scumbag shit right there. I mean,
that's worse than scumbag.
Look at
That's
you.
just like,
You're supporting genocide, supporting the babies.
I mean, if you're saying God bless October 7th,
Yeah,
you're also
then
supporting genocide. I'm just being honest.
anything goes.
I don't think you could refer to October the 7th as genocide. I just don't.
So at that point-
I don't think you can.
What's your name, bro?
You're not finding anything. You're boring. You're stupid. What? Scared of you? You're scared, bro.
No, don't take the bait. You're getting baited, bro.
Unfortunately.
Don't get baited with the you're scared, bro. Come on.
Do I look like I'm scared of you? Do I look like I'm scared of you? Do I look scared?
Also, like, if you're rich enough to be cruising in a Rolls Royce, like, you don't want to get in a street fight with some dudes who are just gonna probably sue you and fucking get paid, you know? Just put up the window, man.
Trying not to.
Put up the window.
You look terrified.
You should get these guys out of your restaurant.
You look terrified.
True.
You touch me. You support Jesus.
I'll be honest.
They do need to get these guys out of this place. They're so annoying.
I'll be honest. I'm like not. I'm not going to Rodeo. I'm way more hesitant to go there
Because of them.
And stuff there. Like, if I was going to my favorite restaurant, these guys were outside all the time. I'd be like, I'm not going to that restaurant.
No, they literally did that in my favorite restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely. Even with my family when they came to visit.
What is a genocide? Is seeking to exterminate people in whole or in part. Now, let's look at the UN definition of genocide. I believe that Martin Shaw says you might be able to call them genocidal massacres, but I also don't I do not believe that Hamas wants to eliminate every Jewish person on the basis of their Jewishness. Convention on Genocide. I believe that Hamas is an organization which is premised against fighting Israeli occupation. Like, I think it is. So that's probably where that's coming from. Yeah, I mean, Martin Shaw is about the only person that I'm interested in who I've seen refer to it as that. Killing members of the group, causing serious mental or bodily harm, deliberately inflicting on the group of life, conditions of life to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part, imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group, forcibly transferring the children. So, perhaps only these two you could make it fit with. Perhaps you would be able to say that it constitutes the war crime of extermination, but this is not my favorite. This is not my area of expertise. Like, this is genuinely not. I know bits about like categorizing genocide, but like defining that as the crime of extermination versus genocide. But yeah, but also like the contradict in the present blah blah blah. Any of the following acts committed with the intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group. I just also don't think that this is about destroying like a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group. I think it's about destroying the Zionist settler colonial project. Like, I think it's as simple as that.
We didn't go there because I was like, that motherfucker's probably right there.
These guys are gonna do something.
Yeah, it was right after.
Whereas Israel is trying to destroy Palestinians to wipe them away. And Israel's actions in Gaza are not all what define that, by the way, as well. It's also every single policy that they follow.
We had him call in, but still.
You think the qualification for specialized intent? Yes, I think Israel clearly meets intent. They're openly talking about expelling the Palestinians.
Not pass the test, by the way, on that call.
Right. Is this the guy that was up in your face?
How old are you, bro? I'm 24.
No, I don't see him. I think he's the one holding the camera.
Yeah.
I don't see him. Also, there's like a whole clip. There's only 2 of them, but it is like a whole. There's like 5, 6 people there.
1 second. I heard you say we're not scared, so let me tell you something.
They got hats and shit? Damn, there's a whole org.
You should be. No, God.
I mean, somebody else would already hit them. Just saying, like they're pushing their luck.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, listen,
it's easy for us to sit here and judge his reaction. Like, yeah, he could have been more graceful, but like,
well, I'm
these
saying,
guys are being so insane.
I mean, listen. At the same time, I'm trying to give him grace in that it's super cut up, and they're being.
Expelling is not genocide. No, but the reason Israel is doing it is to destroy the Palestinians as a whole. Israel and its supporters literally talk about this all the time on the internet. They say, like, Palestinians don't exist, it's an invented identity, blah, 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 blah. That's because that's what they want, is to wipe away all of the Palestinians. They want to wipe away all Palestinian culture and history. In fact, there's a great account called Academics for Palestine. They make TikToks. Like, I know some of them, like, Zachary Lockman is the one who I know best, but someone was talking about this recently, how, I'll see if I can find it.
Jews have a special connection to Palestine, Israel. They relate to this land through ancient texts, symbols, artifacts. When Jewish people see a 2,000 years scroll in Hebrew with letters that they can recognize, words they understand, or familiar symbols like the menorah, it can be a deeply emotional experience, which is natural. But this deep emotional connection is often used to justify Jewish supremacy in Palestine. Israel places an almost exclusive emphasis on Jewish history, Jewish archaeology, Jewish sites. So even though the region had been home to many people for 10,000 years, those paths are barely heard about. The land
And this is also a key part of Israel's genocide. Israel has intentionally been wiping away culture and history in Gaza to get rid of Palestinian presence and history in the land. This account's got some good posts.
Jewish history overshadows the history of others who live.
Literally, all Israeli propaganda is like this. It's just genocidal nonsense.
In Israel, archaeology increases the repression of Palestinians. You can see that in this map by Rafi Greenberg, a scholar from Tel Aviv University. Greenberg documented over 6,000 archaeological sites in the West Bank, meaning Israeli archaeologists work in this area alongside the army. This connect.
It's fucking crazy, isn't it? Like literally this many people just like Israeli education, Israeli media, Israeli everything is just genocidal as fuck. And in collaboration with their military. Doing war crimes. And crimes against international law.
Archaeology and territorial control is not just about understanding the past, it's about shaping the present, with harmful consequences for Palestinians who have lived in this land for generations. Jews have a special
Yeah, it's a good one. But I've had enough of Ethan Klein. So, you guys are going to be pleased. And that one person in the comments who was like, where was your reaction to ContraPoints yesterday? Is now going to be very happy. We're going to just start again. Sorry. Actually, no. We'll start from the Doom section. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I should have muted my mic for that. That's grim. Sorry. Irish history became English mythology, sometimes called the Lord of the Rings. What, you think the Lord of the Rings is what? Like a stealing Irish history and culture? I've never heard that. I don't know. I've heard that Tolkien was up to some pretty racist things, and that he was a bit interested in race science, but yeah. Doom. The week after October the 7th, it was clear the mood among Israeli leaders and civilians was overwhelmingly kill or be killed, existential panic, and unstoppable lust for revenge. I said this yesterday, but this has always been the mood in Israeli society. This has, like, always been the mood. To act as if this is some kind of thing that has happened post-October the 7th is to feed into the idea that genocide is the result of what the genocide is a result of Palestinians' actions, as opposed to, hey, Israel has had a society which has long degraded Palestinians and has been premised on the elimination of the Palestinians. No, this kill or be killed thing is just a culmination of Israel's treatment of Palestinians. I zoned out and then suddenly heard kill bad empanada and was so confused. It would be funny if he kept putting in titles but never got to talking about it. Maybe I should just do that. History started October the 7th, indeed. Nor was it politically feasible for the US to withdraw aid to Israel on a time frame that would make a difference. It would have required replacing most of Congress and overturning decades of bipartisan strategy and diplomacy. Even in the best case scenario, it would have taken years. So there was a sense of futility, but worse, misery. The leftist pro-Palestine movement quickly decided that their primary goal was not merely opposition to the genocide, but opposition to Zionism in general. Yes, good. That is, opposition to the existence of Israel as a Jewish state. And here they decided to draw the line separating people from genocidal fascists, which had the following consequences. Now look, the Zionist project, the Zionist project is innately genocidal. And what does a Jewish state mean, Miss ContraPoints? What does a Jewish state mean? Well, a Jewish state means a state that has Jewish supremacy, where Jewish people have to forever remain the majority, and the only way that that can happen is through the expulsion of Palestinians, which has already happened and has been happening for decades and continues to this day. The mistreatment of Palestinians, not properly allowing them to live as equals within their land, and keeping millions of them in terrible, terrible situations. Like terrible situations where they're unable to lead normal lives. And Zionism as a project is premised on this, and so the idea that, like, the left shouldn't be against Zionism is fucking ridiculous. You're meant to be someone who, like, understands these things. Zionism is a failed ideology. You must understand that it's an ethno-supremacist project which is premised on the supremacy of Jewish people over the indigenous Palestinians. Sorry, the bells are going. 1 second. I oppose Israel in the same way as I oppose South Africa as a white state. Yeah, I mean, also, what was the premise of that state? Like, I was also thinking about this. The thing is that the native... realistically, you could not give America in full back to the Native Americans. The settlers in America wiped out so many Native Americans and continually kept them in such heinous situations that there are, frankly, just not enough Native Americans left. It is, unfortunately, America is a country. Does this mean that Americans should not be... that natives should not be treated better in America? No, natives should be treated better. They should be given back land rights and they should be allowed to, no longer be discriminated against. But at the same time, Palestine represents a different case, because in the case of Palestine... there are enough Palestinians in historic Palestine to literally just come back. And by the way, this doesn't even include Palestinians who live outside of historic Palestine. They should be allowed to go back and vote out the existence of a Jewish supremacist settler colonial state. Simple as that. That should be allowed. Arguing against that is not a position any leftist should hold. Leftist politics is meant to be premised on building a better world. And I am sorry, but sitting here and going like... opposing Zionism is wrong, and that you shouldn't be opposed to there being a Jewish ethno-state set up by British colonialists that is only possible to maintain through extreme violence. Like, sorry, no. God, the bells are going crazy with it. When England started colonizing the east coast of the Americas, all of modern USA, Canada had combined about the population of 5 million people. Meanwhile, Little England had about 5 million. I've heard these things. I've heard that there were huge amounts of Native Americans. I've seen one person, Zoran Mamdani's dad, estimate it at 100 million, which I think is very, very, very not accepted, but I don't know. That I, as a convert, could get Israeli citizenship and a Palestinian refugee. Exactly. Palestinians can't get it. It's so different for a Palestinian. And Ethan could go. It shrunk the coalition. Zionist is a very broad category. Most Jews are Zionists. Anyone who supports a two-state solution is a Zionist. Yeah, that's why I don't support a two-state solution. That's a correct part from her. It was politically infeasible. What is the pathway that takes us from a present situation to the dissolution of Israel as a Jewish state? I don't see how this could happen without either a total collapse of Israeli society or else, nuclear war. As usual, leftists have championed a doomed cause. What? I don't see a path that takes us away from capitalism. So should we all just sit here? Like, most people don't see it. So should we all just sit there and champion a doomed cause? Like, what? So sorry, should we all just sit there and champion capitalism? I view capitalism as a doomed cause. I view Zionism as a doomed cause that has built up towards mass extermination like this for decades, for its entire existence. And also, by the way, what pathway takes us? What is the pathway that Israel is currently following that we shouldn't be like unequivocally against? What is the pathway of Zionism? The pathway of Zionism is just the extermination of the Palestinian people. It's all it's ever been. So I'm sorry, this as like your main argument against that being a reason to like be unequivocally anti-Zionist. I'm sorry, no, it's ridiculous. Yeah, MAGA's winning. The left-wing politics are losing across most of Europe. Why is the left championing these things? And also, by the way, I don't think it'll be nuclear war. I just think Israel will collapse. I think Israel is just an illegitimate state that just it does not exist without huge Western support and unbelievable legitimacy. The slaves found the end of slavery a doomed cause for century until it ends. Exactly. And like, as I say, the French Revolution, the storming of the Bastille, destruction of monarchies seemed like doomed causes. I'm sure at the beginning of the fight with the Nazis, it felt like a doomed cause. Like, hundreds of thousands of people were fucking exterminated very quickly by the fucking Nazis. I bet that felt like a doomed cause. Does that mean you should have just been like, it's doomed and I think it's not a pathway we should follow? It introduced dangerous ambiguities. The vagueness of Zionism as a political Satan enables all kinds of rhetorical abuses. I mean, I don't think... I do agree in a sense of, like, holding up Zionism exclusively as as, like, the evil of all evils is stupid, because you miss other huge issues in the Middle East, like how a big part of what Israel has been able to do is supported by countries like the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and these countries enable it, and you need to deal with them as well. I feel particularly upset about her statement because she's genuinely been a great voice for anti-Semitism in the past, and here she's just falling into the trap of, oh no, think of the Zionist Jews' feelings. Exactly. Israel is exterminating, hundreds of, tens of thousands, if not in excess of 100,000 people. I am sorry, this is what Abdul Razak Takriti said to me. He was like, I am sorry, my people are being exterminated. They are suffering. They don't even have time to deal with their feelings in Gaza because it is just huge trauma every single day. And you sit here and you go like, you sit here and you're like explaining why this is why anti-Semitism and the feeling of Jewish people matter so much. It's ridiculous. Like, anti-Semitism matters, yes, but you currently have a Trump government that is like removing all other protected categories, but it's like, hey, we really care about anti-Semitism whilst just being anti-Semitic. I view slavery as a doomed cause. Good thing abolition will never happen. I mean, how did you get to the end of slavery? I'm sure that people could have made this argument against like an anti-slavery movement that led to a civil war where huge amounts of people were killed, right, in the Civil War. Huge. Sorry, I want to see if I can fix the donations a little bit. Just 1 second. Thank you so much for your support, by the way. Hex shadow, secondary text. Why does it only let me... I don't fucking know. I don't know. It was politically unfeasible. What is the pathway that takes us from the present situation to the dissolution of the institution of slavery? Yeah, exactly, Shane Foster. Literally was just saying that as you donated. How many times has Israel annexed land? What do you mean annexed land? It is constantly stealing land from the Palestinians. Constantly stealing land. I think Israel's state controller in the 1980s found like irregularities with the vast majority of Israeli land seizure in the West Bank and like government taking land. 666 likes. Is that true? No one like up right now. She would not agree that trans rights are a doomed issue. I mean, yeah, I don't think she would agree that trans rights are a doomed issue, but she'd be like, oh, there's a pathway. But, like, what is the pathway to a two-state solution? Like, what does she actually believe in? Like, does she support the two-state solution? Like, we'll get there soon. Let's find out. Because this is also the point. Politically feasibly, right now, with Israel remaining as a Zionist state, there is no option for there is literally no option for a two-state solution. Israel will not allow it. Its leaders regularly say this. So if Israel remains as a Zionist state, it is politically infeasible for there to be a two-state solution. That is categorically why you must unequivocally oppose Zionism. Because there is no way to a two-state solution. There is literally no way. There are 700,000 ideologically, well, not all of them are ideologically committed, but a considerable number of ideologically committed settlers who believe that if the state of Israel is to give back land to Palestinians, any land, they have committed an affront to God. They have committed an affront to God. They are heavily armed. They receive military training. They are allowed to serve in the Israeli military to oppress Palestinians. They will fight against the Israeli government. You have to stop this ideology of Zionism. You have to de-Zionize. Look what it has led to. You cannot be in any way in support of this. This is a project, right, that has only ever marginalized, exterminated, and expelled Palestinians. There's no way to redeem it. It is an ethno-supremacist project. And if you wanted, Boaz Evron, an Israeli, wrote about this, if you ever wanted to move away from, I think he was still a bit of a Zionist himself, but I still always loved this quote. If you ever want to move away from a Holocaust ever happening again, prevent all ethno-supremacist ideologies, and that's it. That's it. It's simple as that. And there are people who talk about the two-state solution, by the way. It introduced dangerous ambiguities. On the one hand, right-wing Israelis hold up all anti-Zionist protests as existentially threatening and inherently anti-Semitic. On the other hand, there is a long history of anti-Semites using the term Zionist in deliberately equivocal ways. ZOG, Zionist-occupied government. Anti-Semites are happy for the opportunity to misappropriate the now popular anti-Zionist label to legitimize their agenda, and many people are not informed enough about anti-Semitism to recognize when this is happening. These problems are mutually reinforcing. I feel like, yeah, that's true that there are bad faith actors, but also the reason that there are bad faith actors is because there is such an insane situation where Western governments are like, yeah, let's just unequivocally support Israel doing genocide. Like, all governments in the West are like supporting genocide, and they tell you that Israel has to do that for security, and that Israel has to be this Jewish state. I'm sorry, setting up a settler colony in the Middle East was a mistake. It was a mistake. It's wrong, it's not just, and the experience of the Palestinians are unacceptable. You now have to move to some kind of situation where you don't have an ethno-supremacist ideology. Seen anti-Semitic terms. One time I met a lady, I told her ages ago, like this was before October the 7th, I was like, oh yeah, I do some stuff around Palestine, and she told me to read the Elders of Zion, and I was like, no. So that was fucking crazy, but it's like, you know, the minority as opposed to the majority of people. The online left has spent the last 20... The online left has spent the last 20 months distributing hundreds of photos and videos of dead Palestinian children. The main effect of this has been to create a population of people in a constant state of blood-boiling rage with no consequential political outlet. Protest and speaking out unequivocally against the state of Israel. And also, I feel like the online left hasn't distributed these. These are Palestinians who are like, I want you to see this. And I know someone else said this. It is fucking crazy to say this, because what do you think all the images of the Holocaust are? Like, what do you think the point of those things are? They are to show people the horror of what was done. Now, I actually do have some problems with the photos, because in a sense, you see them, but you're protected from them. You see these horrifying photos, and you're like almost fucking traumatized by them. Well, you are traumatized by them. You see them, but like, you're not actually experiencing them. So in some ways, I'm not so sure that we should always be looking at them. But then in other ways, it's like, this is what Israel is doing. This is the effect of these weapons. This is what happens when you support genocide. So You know, it's kind of, to me, it's like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to be writing this. I feel this may be worse than useless. Anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism are conceptually not the same, and conflating them is dangerous. But in practice, the way Israel is perceived does seep out into attitudes toward Jews in general. That's because Israel says it acts in favor of all Jewish people. That, like, the chief fucking rabbi of the UK, this is crazy. The chief rabbi of the UK, Ephraim Mervis, I think his name is giving, like, unequivocal, uncritical support to like, Israel. He's like, Israel are doing brilliant things, and he, like, gives eulogies to Israeli soldiers who get killed in Gaza. Sorry, the people fucking tying up Zionism with Judaism are, like, key figures who are, like, saying, yes, we must unequivocally support Israel whilst it does genocide. Crazy to be writing this. My girlfriend is Regan, but I have a sudden suspicion she supports Israel. She enjoys hate speech content and defends him. Maybe this is a ploy. I don't know. I don't know your girlfriend. I support abolition, but killing innocent French settlers is genocide. French shitlib supporting Napoleon reinvading Haiti. Yeah, exactly. No, I did just read that. I don't think Jews who feel isolated and wary in the current atmosphere are simply hysterical or hallucinating. By the way, that's a reference to fucking Ethan there. Yes, there's communal trauma and hypervigilance. Yes, there's disingenuous right-wing ghouls dismissing and censoring all criticism of Israel on the pretext of fighting anti-Semitism. These people are in the fucking government, and they're not right-wing ghouls. The Labour Party's doing it in the UK. They just banned a non-violent action group. Palestine Action just got banned for standing up, for actually doing something that targets Israel. Crazy. Like, this is genuinely crazy. This statement is unbelievable. I always find out you are streaming at least 1 hour. Well, you should check my posts. Labour has become more right-wing. Yeah. But they're like... I think you could call them right-wing ghouls, but what she's talking about are a specific set of people, when it's like, hey, this is actually quite a broad thing. But there's also a valid fear of historical anti-Semitic and that fear gives power to the right-wing Zionist claim that only Israel can keep Jews safe. It's just shit. This is just shit. Like, genuinely, this is... It's just shit. It's someone saying, like, oh, only Israel can... Why are you playing into these tropes? Like, why are you giving any of this... Why are you giving any support to this notion? Like, this notion that only Israel can protect the Jews. It's not true. It's just unequivocally not true. It is the biggest danger to Jewish people. Does this mean Israel should not be criticized and sanctioned? Absolutely not. But it's something I don't want to risk contributing to if not outweighed by tangible benefits. So I approach this issue cautiously. Bitterness. Much of the online left spent all of 2024 single-mindedly focused on Palestine and the complicity of democratic politicians in sending aid to Israel. Why do you think that might be? Because it is insane that this has been allowed to happen, that Western politicians are just like, yeah, Israel can do genocide. Like, you could pull up... I'm sorry, but, like, no, this is despicable. That Guardian article I pulled up earlier, where it's just like Israeli politicians, like, yeah, we're going to exterminate them all. And we're just like, that's our closest ally. And people are like, no, it's a right-wing fringe. They're not all Zionists. Sorry? They're the ones with the power to do the genocide. It's this article, and you can just read the quotes. The children and women must be separated, and the adults in Gaza must be eliminated. We are being too considerate. Palestinians are subhumans. The Gaza Strip should be flattened, and for all of them there is but one sentence, death. That's a member of Israel's Knesset. That's a member of Israel's Knesset. The part of the Jewish power party that has the ability to collapse the Israeli government that we are unequivocally supporting. No, I am sorry. This should have been sanctioned, and we should have had nothing to do with this. Ever. There should have been nothing to do with the state of Israel. At all. Zero Palestinian... This campaign... This is despicable. 0 Palestinian lives were saved. Not one fewer bomb or bullet was fired. Bro, They literally made it illegal to do this. They literally made it illegal to do this. It is illegal for Palestine Action to stand against what Israel is doing. More like is poop. Thank you, Qatari Ole. But like Palestine Action in the UK, they're arresting 60 people for holding up signs supporting Palestine Action. That is a group that actually stop bombs and bullets from going. It's mental. Like, why you write this is insane. It may have slightly contributed to the re-election of Trump, guaranteeing that the US will put no diplomat... They didn't put... Biden did nothing. Biden allowed him. Like, there has been this unspoken agreement between Israel and America. Muin Rabbani talks about this. It's like they call them up and they go, Israel, too much killing, stop it now. Under Biden, nah, nothing. Biden let them do whatever they wanted. Like, genuinely. Biden let them do whatever they wanted. It's not because of... Israel had been talking about ethnically cleansing all Palestinians in 2023. These were documents that were available to the public. The government, the State Department knew about this. And, like, we were still just unequivocally supporting it. This is also the hysterical nature of democracy. It's kind of like, what are we meant to do? Support the Democrats whilst they do genocide? Like, what? Like, what actually is this? It's so hysterical to sit there and just defend... the fucking Democratic Party, whilst, like, and say, oh, you should have been more supportive of them and talk less about Palestine, you know? Fucking crazy. Trump is also, incidentally, a menace to me and basically everyone I care about. A perfectly enlightened being would feel no bitterness about this, but I do. Bro, the UK government are left-wing and they are literally doing bad things to trans people. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think the Democrats would be doing great things for trans people. Yeah, it might not be as extreme as as Trump is doing, but I do not think enough is being done to deal with this. What does ContraPoints even make videos about now? Conspiracy, the Hunger... God, she's so popular. She doesn't even really post. The entire point of this screen is I want to go on pod save again. I don't even know what the fuck pod save is. I hear people talking about pod save, but I don't know what it is. Thank you for the donation. Oh, ContraPoints whining about photos of Gaza parallels Americans' public unmoved by Vietnam War coverage and even opposed depiction of war crimes. See Scott Outhus. I've never heard of that. Thank you so much, Charlie Kelly. It really surprises me how good you are at writing, Charlie Kelly, because in the show Always Sunny, you can't read or write, so yeah. But, like, also, it's just ridiculous. None of this is the fault of the Palestinians, of course, who are overwhelmingly the victims here. I hope that someday American policy will shift in their favour, and I will continue to support that cause. I see the situation as bleak, intractable, extremely divisive, and devoid of any element that could be appropriately transformed into political entertainment. That's why I haven't made a video about it. Hopefully it goes without saying that these are my supports. I'm sure other bread tubers have different opinions. It's just dog shit. It's just dog shit. This is a dog shit take, and it is like, I'm sorry, you should be using your platform to speak out unequivocally against this. The things that are happening in Gaza are unbelievable. And it is... I think I'm also just much more radicalized because my education and my entry into philosophy and all of these things like that always came from, like, this position of Fanon, from Edward Said, from now people like Ami Césaire, many others. When you go through these people, like Ami Césaire says, and I am like Ami Césaire says no one colonizes innocently, and he talks about how Western society is so unequivocally sick and immoral that they justified the genocide of the Palestinian people. Sorry, why are you asking me what my thoughts are on Nazi Germany / Jews? It's not good. But like the way he talks about like just Western society, I don't think you can sit there and be like, oh, we should maybe stay quiet on what's happening. No, I think Western society is really, really sick. And this is an indication of a wider sickness where certain human beings are still designated for extermination because certain groups are supreme over the others, you know? And like even today, just watch this video. This is Beit Hanun being bombed. It's just so grotesque to sit there and... Sorry, I need to respond to another thing. Mask off moment for narcissistic, aesthetic-focused liberalism. Ponderous, overwrought crap. She just wants to endlessly critique those not in power. Yeah, I mean, also, it's just like, I just don't get how you can sit there and just basically make an explanation of just going, just like sit there and just go like, oh... I'm so concerned about anti-Semitism. Like, yes, anti-Semitism is a real problem, but at this point, it is so outweighed by the experience of the Palestinians. And I think that when you are talking about it in the context of Palestine, to use it as a way to be like, this is a reason not to talk about Palestine, and oh, this is a divisive issue, bro. That's cooked. You are cooked. Who let sis cook? It is weird she only wants to comment on the political expediency of the situation and the consequences on everyone except for Palestinians. Yeah, I mean, she just mentions, like, at the end, Palestinians are the biggest victims. But also, like, one of the other things that has afforded the rise of anti-Semitism are just much more people who love Israel. And this has been the case for a long time. You can just be anti-Semitic and surround yourself with anti-Semites if you just love Israel. Both Trump and Biden have made comments about fucking Shylocks, which I just feel like, hey, that's really anti-Semitic. Like, just talking about Jewish people and money. Trump is just straight up anti-Semitic, but, like, he loves Israel, so it's okay. Everyone would be fine. Apparently, no one would see the horrors. I don't even really watch the videos anymore, and I'm still horrified by it. Like, it's just unacceptable, unjustified, immoral, and despicable. And I never ever want to see another thing happen like this in my lifetime. Like, ever. I never ever want to see another thing happen like this in my lifetime. And I think you should dedicate your political being to things like this never ever 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 happening again. I do. I think that is something that matters considerably. And I think when you sit there and you say, like, oh, you know, they're so divisive and all of these things, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous to sit there and do this. And she also met Hillary Clinton, and, like, it's just crazy. Did she meet Hillary Clinton? She interviewed Hillary Clinton, didn't she? Is there a video of ContraPoints meeting Hillary Clinton? Like, is that a thing? That's crazy. It's crazy. Like, meeting Hillary Clinton is just fucking crazy. Like... But also, by the way, I do also think that one of the things that I have sought to do with my platform is to affect change by basically working towards, like, politically educating young people. Like, I think, yeah, you should be angry, but you should also educate yourself so you can transform that anger into speech and talking about, you know, like, and talking about how to change the world and understanding Zionism and why the West supports it and having decent educated takes. I don't encourage people to like, I don't think that Jeremy fucking Epstein is like responsible for like why Palestine is the way it is and all of these things. And I encourage people to actually look at what like, hey, Israel is very useful to America. It's not like controlling us. This is a settler colony set up by the West and it is serving its exact purpose right now, you know? I have seen, we can watch Matt Lieb because I like Matt Lieb. Although, Mr. Matt Lieb, I asked to come on your show, goddammit, and you didn't respond.
20 months, you've been asking me the same questions. Hey, what are your thoughts on Palestine? What do you think about the whole Palestine thing? Hey, you've been making content about politics and social justice for a decade, but are weirdly silent about Palestine. What do you think about it? It's a genocide. Okay? Are you happy? I've known it's a genocide.
It's the same thing Ethan did, and James Ray spoke about this guy called Andrew, who is one of the few people to ever stitch one of my videos and like it just be like an absolute bloodbath for me. And it was a pretty stupid decision by me to even stitch him. There's no point, but it was just this whole trend of like blaming Palestinians for Hillary Clinton's loss during the election. And yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, but like, I think some of these people just say genocide. I think some people just say genocide as like a way to get out of criticism. Like, I genuinely do.
Genocide, and I've always been against it. Well, hey, how come you haven't said anything about it? I have. I've been writing about it every day in my diary. Yes, I haven't said anything publicly for 20 months about it. Because why? Because what good would it do? It doesn't do anything. All it does is let you know that I'm against genocide, which is the exact question that you've been asking me. But I was absolutely going to say something. I was going to say something publicly about it, but then I started to think and I was like, just be honest. There's nothing I could have said. There's nothing I could have posted that would have made the pro-Palestine crowd happy. Okay? You know it's true. If I had said, yes, Israel's doing a genocide 20 months ago, I would have been attacked so hard. Do you remember 20 months ago? Anyone who said that this was a genocide was viciously smeared.
It's quite a good point.
By the online left. Thinking that Israel was committing ethnic cleansing could get you fired from your job by mobs of angry Hassan Piker fans. Students who were shouting ceasefire now were being expelled from school.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good point. It's just fucking crazy to release, like, a really wishy-washy statement so late. This is a joke. This is a joke.
Thanks to shadowy organizations like Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report. People were being deplatformed on Instagram for saying, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. They were being censored by the oligarchs at the Chapo Trap House. It happened to me. It happened to me. Early on, I voiced my full-throated support of the Palestinian people by tweeting, from the Arab to the Jew, I'll vote blue no matter who. And guess what?
From the Arab to the Jew, I'll vote no matter who.
I was immediately canceled by the left. Like, someone would be labeled a Zionist for slightly deviating.
I genuinely think you are a Zionist. You are a liberal Zionist if you say that shit about Kamala and Biden, that if she'd won, things would be different. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. No way would they be different. Israel's not interested in stopping its genocide.
From the leftist talk.
And I am going to make a video about ContraPoints. I am going to make one.
Points. Like if they said, like, yes, Israel is committing a genocide and there's nothing we can do about it. Have you seen any good movies lately? Immediately people are like, oh, you're a Zionist. People are falsely misconstruing my silence.
What does ContraPoints even do? Like, does she make content on, like, another channel, or does she just upload very rarely? Is that it? Like, does she just post on Instagram or something?
Why does everyone hate freedom? And 2, why does everyone love being vigorously spanked like a bad little girl?
You've been a bad little girl and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now.
One could go so far as to say it's like daddy's home, and he's taking his belt off.
You know, it's like daddy arrived and he's taking his belt off.
Let's start by stating the obvious. People conceptualize political leaders as parents. We talk about this every video, comrades. American children learn in school.
I mean, it doesn't seem like the most horrendous analysis, but I just feel like when you're not... A lot of brilliant, like, I don't know how brilliant ContraPoints is as a philosopher. I've not watched her content, and nor have I, like, really deeply engaged with her philosophical opinions. I mean, I enjoy psychoanalysis, so I probably would, but yeah.
As either...
That makes a lot
like
of money.
tacit support of genocide.
That's why you should all cancel your ContraPoints subscriptions and donate to my Patreon.
Or as cowardice. And you know what? It's neither.
She has 53,000 members. That's crazy. That is crazy.
I haven't been silent. I've been quietly studying the left, and I realized that they were doing it wrong. Palestinians are being killed every day because the online left keeps showing images of Palestinians being killed every day. If people had followed my lead, there would be far fewer Palestinians who were dying that we were aware of. We'd have peace and quiet. At the very least, we'd have quiet.
Sartre, Josie Fanon wanted to get his statement removed from Frantz Fanon's Wretched of the Earth because she was like so upset that she supported Israel in any capacity. I'm sorry, but like what Israel has done to the Palestinians is just emblematic of what Zionism is. And I think if that is not part of your philosophy, then I find it very hard to deal with. I find it very hard to look at it and just be like, it's okay, you know. If you're supporting colonialism, I just don't think you're a real leftist. It is really abominable.
And that's half of what we want. But the left always makes the perfect the enemy of the good. They cannot compromise even a little. So no, I will not be making any content about the genocide, okay? It's too divisive, it's too intractable, and it's literally impossible to do it in an entertaining way. All right.
But it's so simple to do in an educational way. And I feel if you're positioned to understand how to make videos about philosophy, there's some really interesting things to say about, like, why it's so unequivocally supported, why Israeli society is the way it is, and all of these things, and, like, the racism, otherization. And as someone who is trans and talks about anti-trans hate, surely you must see this kind of otherization that operates with Israel, that like, operates with Israel, of otherizing Palestinians, blaming them for society's problems. Like, that's all Israel does. They blame Palestinians for not bringing peace when they're the indigenous people, and they accepted. This is the most insane thing. Palestinians accepted a two-state solution, 22% of their historic homeland, and in return, they didn't get that. The Israelis got the best deal that a colonizer has ever got from the colonized, and that wasn't good enough for the Israelis. And yet the Israelis problematize them, blame them for society's ills. And the other problem is if you had a single Jewish state, like a single Jewish state where you'd removed all the Palestinians, even if you gave the Palestinians a two-state, Israel would be fucked because it would have nothing to do. It wouldn't just be oppressing and settling land. Settling Palestinian land is the lifeblood of their project, and like it always will be. And without that, they're fucked. Also, there's sorry, I just got a message. Alright, guys, I'm going to have to call it here. You might get a live tomorrow. Thank you. Huge stream today. I guess that's because my Ethan Klein video's done well. So, thank you all for being here. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. Enjoy your weekend, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, you probably won't, because I'm going to be watching Chelsea, the mighty Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. Thank you for all your donations and memberships. But yeah, see you all later. Have a great week.